What are some examples
Uh-huh.
of some pastors doing sex to everyone because they're pastors?
Okay.
Because
So
there's some big ones out there, and we should talk about it.
I'll mention a few that directly are relating to the idea of celebrity pastor status
Mm-hmm.
and having affairs and sex and the stuff that comes out afterwards. Probably the biggest one in the last few years is Ravi Zacharias. And unfortunately, all this stuff came out after he passed away. And so Ravi was the head of Ravi Zacharias International Ministries, which is an apologetic ministry group. So he taught apologetics.
Okay.
He was considered one of the most, he's probably considered the brightest, most intellectual, apologetic mind within the church.
Mhm.
And then after he passed away, all of this stuff came to light that he was, I mean, you talk about sex with everyone. It was that. I mean,
Okay.
it's horrible. And more than likely it wasn't just affairs. There was manipulative abuse
Oh,
and that
okay.
kind of stuff too. Like it was bad. And it's sad because when all that stuff, like when all of it was happening, like the board, his overseers, they were all family or like his best friends. And I think that becomes problematic too, when you got people that close to you, that just were turning a blind eye to things. And because there had been allegations.
They got a lot of money when he died.
Well, they lost it all with having to do all the lawsuits. So
Why were they in lawsuits?
because they were part of the ministry.
So
The ministry had to pay up.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So
Was it
and then it's collapsed. Like it's
Oh,
yeah.
so he wasn't just doing affairs. It was
it was
okay.
bad stuff.
Okay.
And so and so like for him, like again, there was just no oversight with
Right.
him. And when allegations were brought up like years ago, instead of looking into those allegations, the board, because they were all his family and friends, just dismissed it.
Right.
And then we're like, well, you're just lying. And just went on their way. And so that's just unbelievably unfortunate.
Mhm.
And so the example of Ravi, you have the example of Mike Bickle, who was the director of the International House of Prayer, which is a global ministry. They have houses of prayer all over the world. And Bickle, just within the last, I don't know, 6 to 9 months, I guess all this stuff came out with Bickle. And so it has pretty much destroyed, obviously, that ministry as well. And the thing that just makes me personally as angry as anything is not only what Bickle did, but the cover up that happened by the people that were there.
Right.
That knew about it and covered it up. And that kind of becomes like the recurring theme. It's like even when these pastors are exposed at some point, the people around them cover it up.
Because money.
Yeah, because of money, or because the person says, well, but I won't do it again. Well, if they abuse somebody, like, you don't care what they say. You report it and you fire them on the spot.
Did he do abuses?
There's allegations.
Okay.
And where, yes, it looks like there was when he was younger too, but where it was with underage individuals, and so mid-teens kind of thing. And so, and again, those are allegations. I don't know how that's going to all play itself out, but when you have enough of these things, you just go, this is not okay. And so, and it does seem from the evidence that it's not just the allegations, like there were things that were actually like true. And so at least in some cases of like extramarital affairs.
Mm-hmm.
And so someone like Bickle and, and then Pastor Carl Lentz, and I don't know if you remember him or not. He was the pastor at Hillsong in New York City.
Oh, yeah.
Good friends with Justin Bieber.
We watched this documentary.
Okay.
Yeah, that documentary was crap.
I've not seen the documentary. So, and so, he had an affair and it was, it's very, so, and that's known, like that's out there. And so it just.
With Justin Bieber?
No.
Oh.
No. He just hung out with Justin Bieber.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah. And Bieber started going to their church and all that kind of stuff. But, so he was a pastor, so he had to be removed and all those kind of things. And so, anyways, it just, those are more of the high profile examples. And the most recent one, I don't know if you've heard about this, but the most recent one, and to be honest with you, I didn't even know who this guy was, but he was a pastor of a mega church. And J.P. Miller, his wife actually committed suicide about a month ago.
Okay.
And then all of these horrible things have come out since then. And he had she was his second wife. He had already divorced his first wife, married her because he had an affair with her. And like had basically like groomed her from when she was a teenager in the church. And then other things have come out of his having sex with underage girls and the church and that kind of stuff too. And so it just seems like it's just, if it's not like the big celebrity people, it's just like these other individuals, like just one after the other. And it just, whether it's just the allegations against like Brian Houston at Hillsong or Bill Hybels at Willow Creek, which is like at one point was like the largest church in America, Willow Creek Church in Chicago. And it's just like all this stuff comes out and you're just, I don't know, man, I get tired of it. I'm just like, it puts such a black spot on God, on Christianity, on Jesus. It just,
okay,
it's bothersome, to say the least.